Namaste. Welcome, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sadhana, and today I'm back after 2 weeks absence doing live readings. And I'm really happy to be here and share with you yet another spread today. Just checking my settings are all good to go. Hello there, Mystics Haven. Welcome. I'm just looking at your title name, and I've got the Mystics subscribers mixed up. Just remind me of your name, please, if you want to share. You don't have to share. So today we're going to go through and do a spread that I believe was created for the Tarot of Prague, which is not a deck that I have, by, I was going to say Jennifer, that's not her name, Mahoney, Karen Mahoney. And when I received my copy of the Fantastic Menagerie, this spread was one that caught my attention in this particular guidebook. I'm not going to be working with the Fantastic Menagerie today. It's not a deck that I have really started to work with, but this spread is really cool. So I'm going to share it with you. It just follows really nicely to the spread that we were doing last time, which was a 3-card kind of gateway spread as well too. And I like doing these gateway spreads because, Theresa, thank you. Hello, Andrew. I like doing these gateway spreads because it really gives us an idea of the process. And sometimes I can lay out cards in a way that we can see the steps, the stepping stones. But this one kind of gives an overall picture of kind of where we are, where we're going, and the things that are in the way. And I have laid out, I did a bit of a shuffle just before I came on. And I'm just going to go through and explain the positions of the spread. And so because this is a 5-card spread, there won't be as many readings today, but and they'll just be a little more involved. So yeah, and if you would like, of course, if you would like a more involved reading, you can book a reading with me through my website. I'm just looking at Andrew's comment here. Yes, Fantastic Menagerie does definitely need unpacking. The artwork of Granville is beautiful, and I'm really kind of looking forward to working with that. I'm not sure when that's going to happen. It's kind of far down on the list. Yeah. And Joseph is here. Hello to Joseph and Woven Pixel, Danielle. Thanks for joining me. Okay. So let's just, and I just want to speak to the banner here. If those of you, if you haven't seen, I did a video last week, maybe a week and a half ago, and I am hosting a retreat, an online retreat, 4 hours each day in April, the last weekend of April. And this is something that I've really wanted to do for a while. Normally I would hold in-person retreats, but this is an opportunity for us to connect and sit in circle on April 24th and 25th. I'll put the link for the video if you want to learn more about it. There you go. And so just in a nutshell, the reason that I chose this weekend is that it is a full moon weekend. And I find that the intensity of the energy of full moon weekends, it's just before the super pink full moon. The intensity of the energy it's a really wonderful opportunity to move through stuff, whatever you're working with, whatever you're moving through. And in the luminosity of the full moon, there's just this amplification of energy that is perfect for inner work. And so we'll be sitting in circle for 2 days. You really don't have to do anything. It'll be a lot of receiving. We'll start with letting go, then we'll start to fill the cup up. And I will be taking good care of you, not as good care of you as I would if you were here in person, but to the best of my ability, taking good care of you from a distance. So you can learn more about that by going to the video. All the links, payment, everything is available underneath that other video on my channel. So yeah. Okay. Let's go to the spread. Ume no hana. Ume no Hana. Okay. Hello, Ume. Ume is plum. It's a perfect name, isn't it? Perfect name for this season, plum blossoms. And hello, Neelam. And Effie is here as well, too. Welcome to all of you. Okay. So Mystics Haven will be the first, but I just want to go through and kind of explain what we're working with here. So this is the first card. And this is where we are now, the current situation. And I'll do this as a group reading. I did shuffle and put my intention into a collective reading for these cards. And then this is where we're going. Okay, so the path is moving in this direction. And then these three cards are kind of the path through. On the left side, if you work with the lunar energy, more mental energy, this is going to reflect that kind of energy. This will reflect more action. All right. And then this will be like the step way through. Okay. Kind of joining, bridging these two. But all three of these cards are the gateway. And so I shuffled and I was thinking about all of us in this time. Interesting. We have the Empress, not the Emperor, as we are, we're in this still in the early stages of Aries season. But this fits perfectly for the spring, right? So where we are now is with the beauty of new growth, depending on where you live in the world, of course. So where we are going is the Ace of Swords. So this is the heron. The heron is quite a majestic bird. What are we working towards? We're working towards a new voice. We're working towards a new truth, a new idea. Okay, not entirely clear what this may be for myself personally. There is definitely a grace to this. There is an ethereal energy, an ethereal quality to this particular Ace of Swords. This is Tarot of the Hidden Realm, if you're not aware what this deck is. Okay, the pathway through is the Magician, who is sitting on the lunar side. Okay, so that's kind of unusual that the Magician, right? He's kind of a fiery energy. Over on the fiery side, we have the Three of Cups. So these energies are kind of reversed. The power of connection, for sure. And the Six of Wands is another gateway. So there's this sense of fire. Notice how we're going from a single fiery card, quite an amplified fiery energy, to 6 fires to 3. We also have that sacred number of 6 and 3. Okay, so in order to find the clarity around this, in order to understand what this gift of the Ace of Air that is being presented to us, there is a need to pick up our resources. There's a need to pick up our resources and to do something with them, right? The Magician is about doing something. The Magician just doesn't sit back and meditate. The Magician actually looks and gathers all that he has. So it would be important it's not about buying new tools, going out and buying a new magic wand, going out and buying a new power drill. It's about gathering the resources that you have. And with the resources that you have, you will begin to definitely multiply this energy in a tremendous way, 6-fold actually. You will want to be sharing this energy with others in any way that you can. And I'm feeling the connection of Sunday markets. I'm feeling the connection of, even though I know the COVID wave is shifting and it's not great right now where I am, certain things are closing down. There's some kind of beauty and peace and grace with all of this. I feel a gentleness and definitely, this creative spark that's coming from the Empress is very, very powerful. So I would encourage you to do a little bit of an inventory of your own resources, both your inner resources as well as your external resources, to figure out how you can support yourself at this time by actually using your hands, by actually doing something, right? It feels like it definitely is time to get busy with that, to reach out, to connect, maybe cooperate with others. There will be perhaps some joyfulness that is found in sharing your passion. There's so much passion in that Six of Wands. It's really, really beautiful. Okay. All right. So yeah, hello, Gomez. Gratitude in the present moment. Yes, Andrew. Right? We have to keep it real. We really, really do. And for me, and this sounds really, really odd, the only thing that I'm thinking of, personally, is knitting needles. I've been postponing actually knitting a sweater. Actually, I don't want to knit a sweater. I want to knit a shawl, a beautiful shawl, and purchase a lovely wood closure. I started really kind of admiring, I don't know how many of you watch Outlander. I love Outlander, and I love all those shawls, those knit shawls that Claire wears in that TV show. They're so beautiful. Okay, so we're going to go up and we're going to try to apply this spread to everybody's question today. And as usual, I just want to remind you that if you would like to make a donation, that there are a myriad of ways you can do that. Of course, there is Super Chat. And if Super Chat doesn't work for you, there are donation links in the description box below. Okay. Yes, she has such beautiful shawls. So I'm going to need to get some patterns. Theresa, let me know if you're still here, and we will work through this question. This is a great question. I feel so in need of guidance at this time in my life. I've been separated from my husband for 6 months now. Is this solitary path the right one for me? Okay, so let's expand on, hey there, Gayleen. Let's expand on the yes/no question, right? You're asking, is a solitary path the right one for me? When we ask, and all of you, as you start to formulate your questions, yes/no questions give away your power, right? They disempower you. It's important to find language around your questions that feel powerful. As she takes a sip of her cold coffee. You want to feel in your questions that the tarot is connecting with you and being a resource for you, not like you're handing over yourself in frustration, in exhaustion to me or to spirit, right? We want to feel that. So, for example, is a solitary path in my let's reword this. I've been separated from my husband for 6 months now. How can I understand this, my current solitary path? Or what is the deeper message in my solitary path? Things like that, right? To expand and to, yeah, I don't know why I pulled up this deck today, but let's go with this deck for a little while. I'm going to spend some time this afternoon putting away pretty much every deck here, and I'm going to work with another 20 decks. I mean, they're always changing, and I would love to do one reading today with my newest deck, which is the Botanica. I may have to use the guidebook a little bit, but all right, Theresa. So we go 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5. Okay. And if I leave the banner on, so I will show you this card. Okay, I need to leave I need to leave Teresa's question up because otherwise I will lose my place in the chat. Okay. This kind of looks like COVID, doesn't it? 4 of Pentacles. The moles in the ground. There is a security. There is a security here, and there is a protection. There's a strength to this card. And so this feels like a very homey card. It feels like where you are now is one of, it's quite with the standing stones over top, it feels very protected. It feels very, very safe. And so I want to say, to be experiencing the gratitude in that moment feels significant. So you're moving from this place of stability to one of quite a bit of instability. Perhaps the reason that you are where you are right now is because this is a time for you to be working with those aspects of yourself that are a little more difficult to look at. And sometimes when we separate, when we move out of a relationship, it is because we cannot do the work in the relationship. The work might be too much. It might be too heavy. It might be too personal. There's a reason that you need to be alone at this time so you can embrace the energy of the moon. And when we are working with the moon, we are, I haven't worked with this deck in ages. It's just so powerful. There's Theresa, there's this real sense of rawness I feel in this card. And there may be support from others other than your ex-husband or your husband. But to get really, really raw, really, really bare is kind of where you need to go. And this is where you're going, right? This is not where you are now. So if you feel like you're already here, it's like this message is like, this process hasn't even begun. In order to really connect, interesting, and this will tend to happen. In order to really understand the deeper message of why you are where you are now and what it is that you need to learn, there is some mirror work. There's, the Ace of Swords is asking you to free up this space. Now, I did not scan your energy body. I'm just quickly, just a second, give me a second. Yeah, and then of course a big swallow. This feels so very, very close to the surface. Your voice may not have been available in the relationship. And you might know exactly what I'm talking about. Your voice might not have been available. It might have been a relationship where perhaps there was a little bit of gaslighting, if there can be a little of that, where you were made to feel less than so that you couldn't be yourself or that you weren't good enough. And this is on the mental side. This is on the act side. The 7 of Cups is one of really looking at your whole range of emotions. We have another ace. Okay, so this is very, very powerful. This is a time to take charge. This is time to take charge of your situation, of your life. right? It's not a time to sit back. It's a time to do something about how you're feeling. So transitioning from this experience of the mole underground, hovering and hiding away, to actually stepping out and stepping forward, picking up your torch, so to speak. There's a lot of emotions that need to be explored. And that is not easy work. It really, really isn't. These two cards speak very, very closely to each other. All right, so thank you for that confirmation, Theresa. That's exactly how I felt in the relationship. So this process is not one that is going to be over anytime soon. It's not a challenging process. And I say that, and then at the back of my mind, Spirit says things to me like, well, Sadhana, that things can shift like that, and that we don't have to be things forever. But I feel like the energy of the moon is really enduring. And so embracing the moon cycles is the easiest way to work through this. Right now, the moon is waning. And so give yourself, 10 days of self-care, 10 days of extra baths, go get some new oils, learn how to do abhyanga, like really fully embody the energy of the waning moon, right? Like be with it. And then, and then work with the cycles of the moon. Just really start to amplify that energy. Sometimes this card is just that kind of an awareness. We need to work with that. But there's deep work for you here, right? So that's why stepping away. But this is about, not thinking about it anymore. It's about doing something about it. And I feel like that 7 of Cups. 7 is a pretty, it's kind of, it's another magical number, the power of 7. And this card, to me also speaks to, in a way, that similar energy of retreat and inner work. So you're exactly where you need to be. You're exactly where you need to be, but you need to have a little less, what would I suggest? So what does it mean? What does it mean to do something about it? What does it mean to do something about it? It means to maybe apply for a new job. It means to start, meet a new group, to take a new course, right? It means to step. It means to take action. So we have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Maybe this is you about, I don't know if you have your own channel, like making videos on some particular new topic, but 2 aces, right? That's pretty auspicious. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that for now. So thank you very much for sharing this difficult time. And as always, I hold space for you and wish you well moving through all of this. All right. So we're going to go to Ume next. Ume. So, plum blossom. Plum blossom. Where do you live, Ume? I haven't seen you on my channel before. Mystics Haven, how does this speak to the future of your relationship? Well, that's kind of another question, right? That's kind of another question. If I go back to your original question. So you said, is this solitary path the right one for me? So yes, the solitary path is the right one for you based on the cards that came up. Okay, so I would have to do another reading based on that question. Okay, so focus on the first question. So right now, being on the solitary path is definitely where you need to be. It's the perfect place for you at this time. Okay, Ume. Let's focus on Ume. Ume, are you here? Just let me know if you're here. I see somebody else has arrived. Hello to Lore B1211. Yes, Badger energy is very, very strong energy. Ume, are you here? Okay, so Ume's question is, how does Dario feel about me? So let's look at, where we are with Dario right now, and kind of where we are and where we could be going with Dario. All right, so this is where Ume is right now. Fortune fairy. Make a wish. Make a wish. Anything can happen. So let's look up here. Well, it's kind of auspicious, right? We have two major arcanas. It feels like he may be ready to to create a foundation. So moving from something that feels quite changeable to something quite anchored. Oh, thanks, Andrew. Okay. Page of Cups. I swear I know who this person is. Two of Wands. And Two of Cups. Ooh, this is kind of a very beautiful love reading. This is major yes to the relationship. This feels very long-term to the relationship. I feel like emotionally you are safe. Emotionally you're able to connect with him. I feel that a sense of, that this particular Two of Wands, I feel the playfulness of it. Like it's kind of like a go for it kind of message. The Page of Cups is really, really intent, right? Really, really intent, looking carefully at the emotions. And this kind of moves from her by herself to her sharing that and feeling safe in sharing all of that. And this 2 and 2 feels so beautiful. And this feels like the security. So I would say you've got absolutely nothing to worry about. That's what I would say. And I don't know if you heard any of that, but you can always listen to it in the playback. Oh, you're welcome. You are here. Okay. Okay. So thank you all for your feedback on the crystals. I just decided to just spread them out. These ones down at the foundation for grounding. I think this one is tourmaline, polished tourmaline. Now, these are my septarian palm stones that I carry with me all the time. Shiva Lingam, clear quartz. And then down on the bottom left, I love this. I would really like to get Do you have any of these? These are the tourmalinated. So there's little flecks of tourmaline in the clear quartz. These are very, very powerful little rocks. And then carnelian and mookaite. So kind of first chakra, second chakra, foundation kind of energy. And then higher frequency energy on the top corners. Mm-hmm. Many of my favorite stones on the table. Yes, rutile. Rutile. So I know there's different ones that have different things. So, but that one has tourmaline flecks in it, tourmalinated. And I love, oh my God, I love this piece of carnelian. It's, oh, sorry, there's the camera. It's really beautiful. All right, so who's next? This deck just shuffles beautifully. You know, I don't care what people say. It matters. It matters. It definitely matters. When I finally get around to creating a tarot deck, I'm going to make sure that it's just perfectly shuffleable. So this is for Mr. Andrew. Where is Mr. Andrew now? Page of Wands. That feels about right for Andrew right now. Page of Wands. You know, part of that is just to have fun, to be playful, to just know that all of these things that you're doing right now, the exams, the uncertainty about exactly how your career is going and so forth, right? You're young, right? You're young, you have your whole life ahead of you, and to make sure that you are enjoying every moment feels something important, you know, something that I need to say. Okay, so look at these two cards. So we're moving from the page to the 7, and look how she is looking up. Look how she is looking up to the sky, up to God, up to the heavens, up to spirit. In your case, I'm going to say up to ancestors. Like the crown is like 7 antennas connecting her. And again, we have another 7. There's something about the 7s that might be really, really important today. What's the date today? It's the 30th. Today is March 30th. 333. Today is 333. 3 March, 3 for 30, and well, 21, 3. It's really a 5, but that's okay. How do you work with any particular crystal when you do readings? I feel that this setup of crystals just really supports the energy, and they were thoughtfully chosen and placed in the positions that they are. So they are amplifying the frequency at the table here and helping me to speak clearly and intentionally. So I feel like this movement from the page to the 7 is one of kind of take your time, right? Don't take things too seriously right now. Be the young man that you are, and don't forget to play. And again, I know this is kind of tough right now with another page, and we have 2 of Swords and Fortune Fairy. So we have, again, repeating cards today, which is kind of cool. I love the way that the fluorite and the chrysocolla, and I love the way that these stones are reflected above these cards. That's really kind of incredible. And there's a very intuitive energy in this particular Page of Cups. There's something actually going on here. Something very, very magical. Okay. And so it's funny, it's funny while I say, have fun, be in your day-to-day life, be in your everyday life, then you get the 10 card, the time of change. And I suppose what I kind of feeling with this part of the reading is that sometimes we take life so seriously. And you're kind of a serious guy, right? You're kind of a serious guy. So I think this is it's a really good message for you today, is to take time to play, to take time to just do some things. Remember how youthful and how fleeting life is, and to just really maybe connect with an old friend. Maybe this Two of Swords is about a deep connection. Maybe it's speaking to the throat, and maybe it's actually being very mundane in that way and saying, reach out and call a friend, pick up the phone and have a good chat, or a FaceTime or whatever. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. Nothing really, 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 really deep. And the connection with the okay, this is actually really beautiful. The more you connect on this, the more you connect in this dimension, the more you will connect in the fifth dimension. So it's like there's a direct proportion, a direct relation, a direct proportion. The more you amplify and find the joy and the lightness and the communication and the connection here, the more it will be amplified in the fifth dimension. Exactly, Neelam. Enjoy the process. I don't know, this kid definitely wants to go to the beach, pick up stones, throw them, pick up sticks, maybe take a knife, carve some sticks. It's like the heavy stuff can wait for a little bit. All right, this next reading is for Neelam. Neelam, do you have any kind of a specific question? So I can direct my language around a certain topic. That would that always helps, right? It's easier for me if I have a theme. But not entirely necessary. Okay. Okay, I'm going to focus on Neelam. This reading is for Neelam. Neelam, take a big couple breaths in and out. And Neelam, touch your legs, touch your feet. Way, way, way too much in the head. I can just feel like the head is spinning. So like take your feet, take your feet and pat your body, pat your legs, get into your body. Exhale breaths. I feel a lot of headiness, like disconnection with the earth. Ooh, and I also kind of feel my heart racing. What is that about? What is that about? Are you excited about something? It feels like excitement. All right, so let's see where we are with Neelam. Joe, hello. Spiritual journey guidance. Okay. All righty. The reason I say is because I feel like this particular card in Tarot of the Hidden Realm is the sister card to the 10, which we've seen twice already today. And she's holding the acorn. This is deeply connected to a couple other cards in the tarot, which may very well show up here. So she's holding the acorn, and it's like, this is the acorn and the oak kind of thing. There's an opportunity. This is really a big leveling up kind of card. So a whole new growth unfolding is where you are at this time. Hello, Camellia. Thank you. Are you talking about me? Okay, so where are we going? 9 of Pentacles. Okay. So what does this feel like? This kind of feels like the opposite of the reading for Andrew. This feels like you've been working very, very hard on your craft, very hard on your spiritual path. You've been working, and what do I want to say? Like, you are experiencing the benefits of all the hard work that you have done. And so you're moving to this place of more of a different experience, more of a connection in the third dimension. I feel this beautiful card here. Oh my God, I love her little, it's not, I don't think it's a tattoo. I think it's one of those beautiful little, like decorative head pieces. So beautiful, so pretty. And I love the way she just, the bird. I mean, how often does a bird sit on your finger? It's beautiful. It's like all the hard work that you have been doing is paying off, and you are seeing the connections here in this reality. That's what it feels like. And so if you're not seeing them yet, that's exactly where you're going. So High Priestess. This is kind of a beautiful, beautiful, so we have the Knight and the King of Wands. Why in the world do we have the Knight and King of Wands? Okay. We have them for balance. The Knight and King of Wands are going to balance out the High Priestess energy, especially because the High Priestess energy is on the left side, right? So that's really, really strong, showing up on the left side, on the lunar side, having the High Priestess there. So this is a continuation of the inner work that you have been doing. It's a confirmation that you're doing all the right things, that you are deeply connected with spirit. And I see this Knight and this King of Wands, maybe a similar message. Sometimes in these readings, there's a lot of repeat messages because we are gathering here together as a group, because there is a collective message for everybody who's watching this, even if you're watching this in the playback, right? And so this Knight and King of Wands they know how to adventure, they know to have fun. And I just feel like maybe you are gonna, I don't know, maybe this is about going to an ashram in a country far away as soon as the borders open up. Or this is, I'm kind of going with the travel and the risk and the adventure of the Knight and the King of Wands. They don't want to stay put. And maybe you are feeling that sense of restlessness. And so this could very well be leading you to that connection in a completely different experience. So I would be comfortable in taking risks. I would be comfortable in letting my sense of adventure, embracing my sense of adventure. And perhaps, okay, how about this? Perhaps there are people in your circles, people in your family, people who you connect with that seem very, very different than you are. You know, maybe they know how to party, they know to have fun. They're not really spiritual people. Maybe you need a break. Maybe you need a break from the spiritual work and to connect more with the third dimension and with people who, to you at times, as the high priestess, seem very disconnected. Maybe this is a message of you very much getting your feet on the ground and having some fun. That's why I'm saying this is sort of a little bit like what I was saying to Andrew. It feels, Knight and King of Wands, there's a lot of passion there too. So maybe this is about, this is about a relationship. Maybe this is about prioritizing a relationship or having some fun in a relationship. Maybe the spiritual growth will come through a relationship. It's really odd that the high priestess is next to these two fiery guys. It's definitely there for balance. So however this is appearing in your life, embrace that this balance is showing up at this time. Okay. So just take a snapshot of those pictures. And sometimes the message is not entirely clear at this time, but this is pretty, to me, this seems very, very clear. I feel like the readings today are very hopeful, very joyful, and there's something about them that is weaving a general message. Lovely. All right, so let's go to Joseph. That's good, Neelam. You realized it took, yes, I realized you took a break from things and you need to go out with friends. Yeah, very much, very much. Okay. If you are enjoying these readings, please make sure to give the video a thumbs up and also to subscribe and hit the notifications so that you know when I'm on doing live readings and other videos are posted. It really does help my channel. It helps the traffic to my channel. I don't know how everything works behind the scenes at YouTube, but I really appreciate every little thing you do to support me and my work. All right, so shuffling for Joseph, and you just need focus. Okay, Joseph needs focus. And please know, I always welcome support and comments and your contribution to the readings as well, too. Okay. I'm going to do an unboxing today. I haven't put up a thumbnail. A couple of days ago, I got my box for the Cosma Visions Oracle. And I enjoyed doing the unboxing of the Botanica Tarot so much. So I'm going to do that probably after I sign off here. I'll create the thumbnail and be back on soon. Okay, Joseph. Focus for Joseph, IT guy, California. Okay. Joseph, I feel like I want to shuffle, like, you know, like that's what I feel like. I feel like, man, you need to exhale. You know, like I feel like, why am I feeling like that? Holy cow. And so third time this card has showed up today. Okay, Queen of Wands. Four of Pentacles has showed up again. Four of Wands. 4, 4. There's definitely a sense of, oh my God, let go. There's the whole playfulness thing seems kind of important right now. And between the fiery Queen of Wands and the fun-loving between the Queen of Wands and the Four of Wands, we have the Four of Pentacles. Feels like a party. Feels like a party. What the heck? And then we have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, there's this real sense this today of like, oh my goodness, can we please just phone our friends and, I don't know, have a COVID-friendly backyard barbecue and stay 6 feet apart and still have fun and dance and turn the music on and yeah. Okay, why? Maybe the Ace of Wands down at the bottom. Maybe you're trying too hard. Trying too hard to find that word. Trying too hard to find that path. The heron knows. The heron doesn't have to try. The heron knows. The heron trusts. It's all there. It's all intuitive. It's all available. And maybe it's about stop trying and start being. Stop trying and start being. It's funny that Four of Pentacles is there. The Four of Pentacles is, maybe that's why I said picnic or barbecue, right? It's a grounded energy. It's very, like, this is just feel, these three just feel like a party. Okay, so why do we have this Two of Wands up here? These two cards feel very, very connected. They feel like a clear path. Ace of Swords to Two of Wands. This is where you are. This is where you're going. I don't feel you're entirely clear of where you want to go. And hence you say, you just need focus. And maybe the answer is to step back from trying to figure out where you want to go. Maybe it's as simple as by connecting with others. And, you know, you commented on the drill and the magic wand. So there's a reason you commented on that. Like you heard those words. So maybe this is about you getting out your power tools, you know, and playing with your power tools. Have a party in the garage, make something, make some noise, have some fun, get out your jigsaw and just make a racket, build something. Forget everything that you're doing and take a break. Let's go to the chat. Let's go back. Okay, so I'm reading your comment. It seems like this is speaking to you. Okay. You know, I don't swear on my channel, or try not to. So it's like, yeah, just take a break. Just take a break and live. Have some fun. Right? Have some fun. Build some crazy thing, if that's your thing. Aren't power tools fun? I love that feeling of a drill in the hand, you know, vroom vroom. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like a superpower. It's a three-dimensional superpower. All right, I'm going to hopefully this won't pause at Gomez here. Oh, and Effie, you are a knitter. I love all these. I love, yes, you know, I love shawls and sweaters, and I sew, but I learned to knit when I lived in Japan. I lived there for the first time for 3 years, and was alone a lot. It's very, very cold in the winter there, and the Japanese knitting patterns are so much better than you get over here. You actually get a diagram, and I actually I taught myself how to knit. And I think one of the first sweaters I knit was a very complicated cable knit sweater, and it was fun. Alrighty, that's just. Gomez is packing to move off to grid big house. Whoa, 20 acres. That's a huge property, Gomez. Right, and Danielle, you are a knitter too, and a sewer and all of that. I have lots of resources, I guess, on YouTube if I want to start doing that. Okay, so there is a TV show. Well, it's a book series. There's a series of books, and by Diana Diana Gabaldon. It's called, the first book is called Outlander, and the first four books have been made into a series. And it's an amazing series. Claire is in this world, in this time, she is a surgeon in Boston in the late 60s. And in the 18th century, she is a healer. And presently in the story, they are in North Carolina, I believe. And so there's time travel, there is healing medicine, there is really hot relationships and fun and adventure, and you get to see lots of countries. And Claire wears these in the past, wears all these beautiful wraps and shawls and things, and they're really, really pretty. So she's the main character, one of the main characters. I know I'm way behind. This is 12:16 and now it's 45 minutes later. Oh, you're going to the beach this weekend, Theresa. Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm just going to catch up, see what's going on here, and then we'll get to the next. Badgers, sadly, sometimes, what I don't know this about badgers. Oh, that's a terrible, terrible thing. Cycle of life, I suppose. And here is a new person. Hello to Cup of Tea with $3 worth sugar with cookies. That's quite the channel name. Welcome. Okay, so here we are at Joe. We're at 1240. Yeah, and this is reference to like finding this spread in this guidebook that it's amazing. You know, there's taking the time to go through some of your little white books and guidebooks can really be helpful. This is the comment I was talking about, Camellia, if you're referring to me. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I love doing this work. All right, so here we go, 1242, Joe. All right. The blockage you have surrounding your health in the self-love of the body. Okay. Okay. The self-love of the body. Okay, so mid-back, throat are the two areas that we need to speak to and work with for Joe. Mid-back and throat. It's one of the reasons I find teaching yoga. So even if clients come to me, like just for a reading, I often talk about the physical practice of yoga, the breath practices, but also the physical practices, the movements, because we need to, no, we don't need to. If we can move the parts of the body that are congested energetically, if we can move the parts of the body that are congested energetically, we can, through the physical body, start to move the emotions as well too, and move the energy that is blocked. And one of the places that's really blocked for you in the mid is the mid back, which is a really hard place to get into. It's kind of low. It's probably a little bit, if you wear a bra, a little bit below the bra strap line. It feels very lumpy. It feels very, very heavy. I don't know if you know anything about yoga, but you really want to start to be bringing more awareness to the flexibility of your back and to really start to gently move into forward and backward bends on a daily basis, like hanging. Ragdoll posture is simply where you hang. You come into a forward fold, you bend your knees, you put the full weight of your body onto your torso, onto your thighs, and you hang. You let your head hang down to the floor. You can hold onto your elbows, you can let your heads hang, you can rest your hands on blocks or books. This feeling I'm getting and why I'm talking about this is that moving your body is critical to this in finding I feel like dance. Why do I feel like dance? Like the flow of the body is really, really important. Maybe moving to a more active style of, and if it's not a yoga practice, you know, it could be something like Qigong or something like that, like connecting the movement of energy, especially because the part of the body where I feel you are congested is a very difficult one to tap into. And this part of the body often speaks to grief. Grief can be carried through many, many lifetimes, and it can be really sticky to let go of. So I don't know if you have, lost a child, lost a husband, a mother, lost many, many people. It feels very lumpy and very stuck. And so I would highly, highly recommend moving the physical body. And yeah, my throat is just like choking up right now as well too. Okay, let's pull some cards for Joe. Joe, do you have a Bosu ball? Do you know what a Bosu ball is? It's one of those big physiotherapists often have them. It's one of those huge balls, and you lie over it. B-O-S-U. Ace of Cups. Okay, this kind of doesn't surprise me. There are, yes, that's right. I think that's the word. No, ball, B-A-L-L. B-A, Bosu ball. Yeah. Just Google it. They're really, really good for working with your back. You can lie over it forward as well too. Okay, so look, the seal. Is this a seal? What is this? That's a seal, I think. It's a very walrusy looking seal. Looks like maybe a walrus pup. It's coming to the surface. It's a very fat seal. Has come to the surface. The seal has come to the surface. The seal wants to feel. The seal wants to feel, right? You gotta feel. You gotta feel. Like let the feelings. Oh my God, King of Cups. Ace of Cups to King of Cups, right? So this is about feeling. And the feelings can very well be trapped in the body. The body is like a rock, right? It's like a fortress. And so we need to free the body so the feelings can flow. What are the feelings? What are the motions, right? Emotions are the energy in motion, right? You've heard this over and over and over. Energy in motion. Emotions are energy in motion. So let's get the energy moving. How do we get the energy moving? We move the body. We dance. We play. Right? Play has been a huge theme today. Huge thing. We've got to play. We can't be afraid to look at our dark side. We need to let the emotions come to the surface. We need to feel them. We need to not suppress them, right? We need to be with the feelings. Be with the feelings. With a Lover's card. Okay, I want to read. Well, this is how I read this card anyway, but I'm just going to read from this little book here. This is the Botanica Tarot, which I unboxed the other day, and this is exactly the way that I view this card. So let me read this to you. And in this deck, it's two beautiful peony flowers. Alrighty. It's just one sentence. The Lovers is about people being their whole, complete selves and sharing that with others. The Lovers is about fully embracing your lunar side, your solar side, recognizing that you are whole, you are well, you are complete, you are beautiful. There is nothing to fix. There is just energy to move through. And to witness and to see and to feel that completeness within yourself is huge, huge. Seven of Swords. Kind of mirrors the moon on the other side. Look how his shield is also a reflection of the moon on the opposite corners. And also look at the gaze. I've noticed we've had quite a few cards today where the figures, the animals, or the human, the fairies are, the fae are looking up to the sky, looking to the sky as a resource, looking to the universe, looking to God, looking to their higher selves for help. I'm going to go like 7. There's been quite a few 7s today. So 7 seems like really an important number for people to, for everyone to be working with this week, to be listening. You know, that listening heart. Listening heart. Fluorite. This fluorite is just done really, really well over here in this corner today. King of Cups is up here. So one of the things I want to say about the King of Cups is he can sometimes drink too much. And the reason he drinks too much is because he feels so much. And it's hard because of his fiery energy. He is that masculine, solar dominant energy that sometimes it can be uncomfortable to deal with it. But he has all of the resources to deal with it. There's a beautiful, beautiful flow here of the Ace to the King. So I want you to, the message that's coming through for you today is that in order to feel and to release the feelings and the energy in your body, you need to move your body. Move your body. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So that's my washing machine, if you can hear it. When it's on the end of the spin cycle, it sounds like a rocket that's ready to take off. All right. So with that, I'm going to leave you for today. Yes, I am. And for those of you that didn't get a reading, well, you can come back next week and we will have to connect at another time, or you can, of course, you can book a reading with me privately. And I just want to remind you, I still have a few courses that are starting. So check in with my website from time to time, because in the shop, there's always new things being offered. And yeah, so you are invited to gather under the luminosity of the super pink full moon with Sadhana and friends, to sit in circle, to hold space, to breathe, to move, to laugh, and to connect on Saturday and Sunday, April 24th and 25th from 10 to 2 Pacific. This will be recorded. I will not be sharing it with those who are not enrolled, because I'm sure there will be lots of private sharing. There may be some laughter, tears, and all of that as well too. So it will not be shared publicly. You will need to join the event in order to receive the care, the love, the healing that I will be offering throughout both days. Yeah. So thanks for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing some of you later when I come back on to unbox my Cosmovisions Oracle. Stay well, everybody. Namaste.